Hello, I'm Nisha Patel reporting for Narcity, Canada on the day where the death of Queen Elizabeth II, UK's longest running monarch, has been announced. Now, I'm in West London, about 14 miles away from Windsor Castle and about 6 miles away from Buckingham Palace. But the reverberations of Her Majesty's death is being felt all over the world. And let me talk you through the sequence of events that's happened here today. So the Queen has been in Balmoral Castle in Scotland for a few days, and she even hosted Britain's newest Prime Minister, Liz Truss, just a couple of days ago. Now, the Queen goes to Balmoral a lot. She says it's one of her most favourite places to stay, and she traditionally goes there in the summer. And it is a spectacular castle there where she really enjoys to be. But about midday this afternoon, doctors issued a statement and they said that they were keeping the Queen under supervision because they were worried about her. And for us over here, alarm bells did start ringing because in the UK we have seen the Queen pulling out of events throughout the year because she hasn't been well, and she was even unable to attend her own Jubilee celebrations. So shortly, a couple of hours later, senior royals started arriving. Her children were there to be by her side, and the live cameras were watching. They watched as all of her children and senior members of the royal family touched down at Aberdeen Airport and began the journey to the castle. And it was an interesting moment in history as we saw members of the royal family attending Balmoral Castle, including her grandchildren, Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, and William, who of course is one of the heirs to the throne. Two notable exceptions, of course: Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex. She remained in London. They were both due to attend the World Child Awards tonight in London, but they chose to pull out, of course. And Catherine Middleton, the Duchess of Cambridge, who stayed behind in Windsor with her three children. So there were lots of comings and goings today, with the world's press camped outside, waiting for news of what the Queen, the health of the Queen. And when we got the announcement around 6:30 p.m, this was posted on social media by the palace. We heard that the Queen died peacefully at Balmoral Castle. I'm Nisha Patel here in West London, just around 6 miles away from Buckingham Palace, in a place where, if you've just joined, Queen Elizabeth II has died. Now you can go to narcity.com and any other social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, for the latest news and updates on this story as it develops. Now, the Queen has been an important person for figure in the lives of people all over the world. Now, if you go outside Buckingham Palace, it's always crowded with tourists, as is Windsor Castle and all of her other residences. I went to the Queen's Jubilee events and the outpouring of love there was evident. She's also the head of state of Canada and also 14 other countries, so her death will affect and reverberate all over the world. And as you'd expect now, tributes are pouring in from all over the world. One of my favourites has to be Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. He simply said, "She was one of my favourite people in the world." And he said Canadians are grateful for the monarch's decades of service to the country and the Commonwealth. World leaders, of course, have also been sending their condolences, including Joe Biden, US President, Volodymyr Zelensky, the President of Ukraine, and even from the world of showbiz. She was definitely a queen of the people. 70 years on the throne, you'd expect that. So mourning has now begun in London and all over the world. Her body was due to be returned to London using the royal train tomorrow, but now this plan has changed and she will be brought to London by air tomorrow. I'm Nisha Patel, reporting for Narcity, Canada from London, where Queen Elizabeth II died peacefully today at Balmoral, her Scottish residence. So her son Charles immediately takes over, and the nation has already heard from King Charles III as he addressed 2.5 billion people across the Commonwealth. He paid tribute to his mother. She became, for many, the one constant point in a rapidly changing world, and in a written statement on the Queen's passing, Prince Charles, now the King, said, The death of my beloved mother, Her Majesty the Queen, is a moment of the greatest sadness for me and all members of my family. It continues. We mourn profoundly the passing of a cherished sovereign and a much loved mother. So for now, this country is in mournings and tributes will continue to pour in. It's 10:30 p.m. here, but flags are already flying at half-mast, especially in places where she was a patron, and she was a patron to many charities across the UK and all over the world. And on my way home from central London, I did see lots of places that were flying their flags at half-mast and people using social media to report the news that the Queen has died. And we have had, of course, had reports from further afield that government buildings like the White House are also mourning the loss of a great woman and flying their flags at half-mast. Tomorrow we will hear more, but for tonight, London, the UK, is in mourning. For Narcity, this is Nisha Patel reporting live from London, a country, as I've said, in mourning after the death of Queen Elizabeth II. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to narcity.com and all of our social media platforms for the very latest. Take care and see you next time.